Hello students, welcome to another session of e-learning in Panchkal, and today we will be covering module 2 of Rakta Mokshan, in which we will discuss about Jaloka Ucharan and how to and where to give various types of Rakta Mokshan. Continuing from where we left in the last class, we will discuss about Raktavasrotas Vikar, or what are the various Raktaj Rog. Acharyas have described various Raktaj Rog as Kusht, Visarpa, Pidaka, Raktapit, Asragdar, Gudapak, Metrapak, Asyapak, Pliha, Gulm, Vidradi, Nilika, Kamla, Vyang, Piplav, Tilkalak, Dadru, Charmadal, Shwitra, Pama, Asarmandal, and Koth. In all these Raktaj Vikar, Rakta Mokshan is first line of treatment or best line of treatment. While describing Chikitsa of Raktaj Rog, Acharya Charak states that Kuryat Shonit Rogeshu Raktapittam Harim Kriyam Virekam Upvasam Cha Sravanam Shonitasya Cha, means one must follow the treatment principle of Raktapit in all the Raktaj Vikar, for example Virechan, Upvas and Raktasravan. Different forms of Raktamokshan are to be used in different conditions and they have a different area of action as well. In this slide, we will discuss various types of Raktamokshan, their uses and area of action. Amongst Shastrakrit, Siravyad is to be used in Sarva Sharirgat Vyadhis and in conditions where Rakt is in Avagadatam state. It can be used in Mahakusht as well as in conditions where there is severe prokop of Pitta and its area of action is in Sarvadeh. Prachan Karma, on the other hand, is to be used on the local site where Rakt is in Pindit Avastha at one site and there is Alpadosha Avastha, for example, in Kshudrakusht. Its area of action is localized. In Anushastrikrit or Ashastrikrit Raktamokshan types, Jaloka can be used for Pitta dosh in Gambhir Dhatu Dushti and in conditions where dosh are in Avgad Avastha. Its area of action is Vanahast. Alabu is used in Kafaj dosh Avastha and Avgadatar Rakt. It covers Bara Angul area. Shring is to be used in Vataj dosh where there are symptoms like Sukti, etc. and Rakt is in Avgadatam state, or in Twakagat Dosh Avastha. It covers 10 Angul area. Ghati, the last of the Anushastrakrit Raktamokshan types, can be used in Vataj Dosh and Twakagat Dosh Avastha, and its area of action is localized. Here onwards, we will discuss various details of procedures one by one. Jaloka Ucharan is one of the most frequently and abundantly used types of Raktamokshan. Acharya Sushru states that benefits of Raktamokshan for the purpose of Chikitsa are that it not only purifies the slotas but also lets other sites to become free from diseases, and its action is faster than other methods of treatment. He has given a special chapter only for Jaloka Ucharan in Sutrasthan Adhyay 14, where various types of Jaloka and their habitat etc. are described in details. Out of all the different types of Raktamokshan, Jaloka Ucharan is known to be safest, quick acting, and has least complicating effects. The word Jaloka is a compound word formed from two different terms, that is Jal and Ayu. and it means the animals which have water as their life. It can also be derived from word Jala plus oak, that is water dwelling animals. Coming to definition and synonyms of Jaloka. While defining Jaloka, it is stated that the animals for which Jal is its Ayu is known as Jalayuka, or the one which resides in Jal is Jaloka, and its various synonyms are Jaloka, Jalaragi, Jalayuki, Jalika, Jalasika, Jalajantuka, Beni, Jalaloka, Jalaukasa, Raktapayani, Raktasandanshika, Jalajivani, Raktapat, Jal Sarpani, and Jalasuchi, etc. Ayurvedic classics have described various types of Jaloka. There are 12 types and which are categorized into two major categories, that is Savish and Nirvish. The Savish Jaloka, it originates in decomposed urine and fecal matter of toads or poisonous fishes in ponds of stagnant and turbid water. Its properties are described as it is thick and slow in motion. It fatigues very quickly and its middle part is elongated and thick. It delays its sucking and is not readily sucking the blood. At the same time, it sucks very little quantity as well. On the other hand, a Nirvish originates in decomposed vegetable matter from the purified stems of several aquatic plants known as Padma, Utpal, Nalin, Kumud, Pundarik, etc., which dwell in clear water. These leeches swim in sweet-scented water and live on non-poisonous weeds. They lie on the leaves of flowering water plants in spite of the dark and oozy beds of pools, and they suck blood from the affected part of a human being without causing any discomfort. It is also said that they do not dwell on clean, healthy blood. Its properties are they have strong and large body, they are ready suckers and greedy for blood. Various types are amongst Savish, Krishna, Karbura, Algarda, Indrayudha, Samudrika, Gochandana, and amongst Nirvish, Kapila, Pingala, Shankumukhi, Mushika, Pundrikmukhi, and Savarika. It is important for a Vaidya to recognize the features of Savish Jaloka bite. For if they are unable to recognize the Jaloka from its physical attributes, they can recognize it from the symptoms which appear when Savish Jaloka bites. It can cause Daha, Kandu, Shoth, Jwar, as well as it can lead to drowsiness, delirium, and unconsciousness. Coming to Trivid Karma of Jaloka Ucharan, first we will discuss Puru Karma. The Puru Karma includes collection and preservation of Jaloka or leeches, preparation of the patient, as well as preparation of the leech for the treatment to be done effectively. The collection of Jaloka can be done with the help of wet leather or fresh meat pieces, and they can be collected from ponds and tanks and streaming water where there are lotuses. Another method to collect Jaloka is where the fresh meat of dead animals, fish, or milk can be applied on the thigh of animal or on the human being themselves, and they submerge that part where these things have been applied in the water for a while. The Jaloka gets attracted to these things and it catches that place where the meat or milk etc. are applied. Once they are attached, they can be removed with the help of application of Haridra or Sandhav. Care must be taken that Sandhav can be fatal to Jaloka. Therefore, only small quantities can be used or Haridra can be used in sufficient quantity. Once applied, the Jaloka will detach immediately and can be collected for further use. The best period or time for collecting leeches is in Sharad Ritu, which has been stated by Acharya Dalhan. For preservation and safekeeping of Jaloka, they should be kept in a wide and new earthen pot. In today's era, we can also use plastic jars, but care must be taken that lids of these jars are punctured to allow the exchange of air from inside the jar. The water should be filled inside the pot or the jar should be pure and preferably from the tanks which have lotuses. The jaloka should be fed with leaf of kamalnal, sheval or powder of the stem of small plants. Grass or leaves of the plants can be kept inside the water to allow it to be used as a bed by the jaloka so that they can get rest. To prepare the jaloka for application, it should be kept in Haridra and Sarshap Kalkodak. By this, the Jaloka gets detoxicated and becomes active and gets rid of exhaustion. It can be observed by its active movement when it is in that Kalkodak. To prepare the patient, on the other hand, the part on which Jaloka Ucharan is to be done should be rubbed with mud, cow dung, or Haridra, etc., or with a white gauze piece to dry it. The patient must be educated that they should not use any scented creams, oils, or scented soaps to wash the part on the day of Jaloka Ucharan. This helps in Jaloka to stick easily. The next amongst Trivrit Karma is Pradhan Karma. The patient is asked to sit or lie in a supine position and Jaloka is applied on the site which is already cleaned and dried. Jaloka can bite on the skin of the affected part and sucks the blood by itself. But in case it does not attach or does not bite the skin, a drop of a milk or a blood drop can be shed on the surface, and even if then the Jaloka is not getting attached, a mild prick can be made. If in spite of all these the Jaloka does not get attached, a fresh Jaloka can be taken for application. Once Jaloka starts sucking the blood, it should be covered with a wet white gauze or cotton piece and its facial region should be left uncovered. When the anterior region of Jaloka appears like the hoof of a horse and it raises its neck and there is small sucking movement on the scales, we can understand that it has started sucking blood. If and when the patient reports itching and pain at the site of Jaloka Avcharan, it is a sign to understand that Jaloka is sucking on the pure blood. At that time, it should be removed with the help of powdered rock salt or turmeric over its mouth region. If on detachment of Jaloka, a Vaidya can see there is presence of Dushta Rakta, it should be allowed to ooze out of the Dansh site. After this, proper dressing can be done. In the coming lecture, we will discuss the Paschat Karma, which includes care of the wound and care of the Jaloka after the Pradhan Karma is done. Thank you.